welcome back to my channel. My name is Jaleesa Jaikaran and I am a makeup artist. Now if this is your first time here, welcome. Hi. So I wanted to talk about the Cozzette brushes. Now Cozzette actually is a amazing makeup artist. He's have years and years and years in the industry. If you go on his Instagram, he has beautiful makeup on there and he's been making these brushes for a long time. Now he does not only make brushes, he makes vegan makeup as well, and the eyeshadows are beautiful. The brow gel is life, the lip glosses is life. Like a lot of things from the brand that I really like. And I realized, wait, I have never really seen a lot of like reviews or anything like that on YouTube. So I'm just like, all right, bet. So here I am. I wanted to talk about these brushes because this is one of my favorite things from him, and I'm probably, if you want to hear more about some of the vegan makeup that he carries, and if you want me to review it, let me know. I definitely will. Just leave it in the comment section, and you can also like slide in my DMs if you want. My Instagram is right here. Yeah, so I really love these brushes and I've been using them for a really long time, so I just wanted to share them with you guys. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm sure most of you know by now that MAC stopped making natural hair brushes. So all of MAC's brushes now are synthetic brushes. Now, I don't know if some of the brushes are the same, but I know that some of them still feel soft. I wanted to talk about this brand because I'm making it my business to talk about a lot of pro brands that makeup artists use in their kit that not much people talk about on YouTube. You know how YouTube is. It's all about the newest release and the newest palette and all of that drama. But I want to tell you about what works and what has like withstand the test of time. You know what I mean? So we're going to be talking about Cozzette brushes, and these are what the brushes look like. Now I have to kind of like because I have so many of them now. So there's a few brushes that if I don't have in my kit, I'm just like, what's happening? Like I need that particular brush, you know what I mean? Some of them I only have one of, which is a tragedy because most of the brushes that I like, that I've said many times, when I like a brush, I like to have at least 2 to 3. But anyways, let's get started with the review. Okay, so the first brush that we're going to look at is actually, let's pull one of my favorite brushes. This is the S165, and this is what it looks like. And this is a large blender brush, and I'll put like the official name and stuff here, but you know, I make brushes do what I want it to do, but this is like a large blender brush. And the thing is with this is that it is perfect for under the eyes. So when I apply concealer, I am like going in with this brush and blending, or I'm going ahead and like adding powder under the eyes with this brush. So I kind of interchange it between actually blending out the concealer, or I'm using it to apply powder after. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, so the next brush is, let's go with this one. This is the S185. And this brush was sold out on their website. I can't even tell you for how long. I probably waited like I've waited months for this brush to get back in stock, and when it did, I bought 5 of them because look at this brush. It is a very thin blending brush, but it goes into the crease so nicely, but it's still a fluffy brush. I feel like most of the brushes that we use when they are very slim and thin and meant for the crease, they're very short and they're not like very blendy. Blending brushes are never really this thin. Even like the MAC 221 is not even this thin. So this is nice for really getting in there and even like blending product under the eye, because sometimes you don't want to put product on there with like a 219 or like a pencil brush. You really want to get like a nice, like maybe you want to smoke it out some more. So I feel like this is perfect for this. All right, so the next brush is, this is the D240, and this is like just like an eyeshadow eyeshadow brush where you can like pack color on, and sometimes I would even use this, like for me, if I need like coverage around my mouth with concealer and I really need to get in there, because I wouldn't necessarily use something this fluffy. It's like because I want more coverage, I'll really apply product. Actually, let's try it. I'll really apply product with because it's so dense, it's gonna give me like more of the coverage that I want. So I really go in there with that, and because it's like it has a nice shape, I'm able to like really get in there and like create the shape that I want. Something that's too fluffy or too thin, like a liner brush or a big liner brush, is not gonna give me what I want, and then I can go ahead and just continue to blend. Boop. Boop. All right, so the next one is this the same one? So this one is the S175, and I feel like this one is like the baby version of the first one that we looked at. So let's just compare it. So you can see that this one is a little bit bigger, this one is a bit smaller, and I would say that the Cozzette brushes are a bit longer, the handle, than like other brushes. So this one is also really nice for concealer, for eyeshadow, sometimes like just blending product out on the skin. I really like this brush for that. So yeah. All right, so the next one, look, I have another one of the small one. So the next one, I think I also have two of these. I'm like, glasses, please. So yeah, this is the same thing. So I have two of these as well. This is the D220, and this is what they look like. I'll put one away. Let me see which one I want to put away. I'll put this one away. So also tapered blending brush, very small, condensed bristles, and nice taper to the top, so you can really like get wherever you need to blend on the face. I wouldn't really use this one on the face. I'll probably use one of these on the face, but I kind of just use things anywhere. But if you need to like pack like concealer on, if you have like doing somebody's makeup and you need to like blend concealer out, or you know, whatever, like you might need to give them some coverage and blend some concealer out on whatever discoloration and stuff they might have going on, I would use this. I would use that, why not? So this next brush is the now we're going into face brushes. So this one is the P340, and it is a flat foundation brush. I don't use foundation brushes like this very often, but I keep this one because sometimes like I might want to apply like a serum, or I might want to apply like a light layer of face and body foundation, and this kind of like works pretty nicely. It's pretty dense, as you can see. It's like pretty like short, so it's really gonna like give you coverage if you need that. But yeah. So the next one is, I'm leaving my favorite one for last. So the next one is the S123, and this one is a tapered like face brush. So I would say like this would be nice for powder, contour. I might even like highlight with this because like I always mention, remember when you hold a brush further back, you get like a lighter coverage, as opposed to if you do like this, it's like a lot. So you might like be able to just like do like a little dusty, you know, and even like you can pack some blush on, or do like all over face powder with this one. I would probably do all over face powder with this. Oh my god, so soft. These brushes are really soft, by the way. I know like some people don't like to use brushes that are not vegan, so I feel like this is a very good alternative for those of you who are not using natural hair brushes at all. So this one is the S120, and this is what it looks like. But you know, granted, I know a lot of these brushes are long. This brush is actually a little bit shorter than the rest of the brushes. So this one is a little bit shorter, more dense, and even the handle is like super short, and you can see on the handle that it has Cozzette on it, and then it has the brush number right there. So obviously this one is a powder brush. You can use this for powder, for bronzer. I would use this most of just powder and bronzer, because it's like, because of the size of it, really get into the hairline and like really like finish off your makeup, you know what I mean? And last but not least, my favorite baby, I freaking love this brush. So this is the S140. So I would say that no other brand has a brush like this. Like there's no other brand that I'm like, oh, that's similar. This is the, like, no other brand has a brush like this. Now granted, I have like fan brushes that might, if I squeeze this down, but this, the way that this is shaped, like there is no other brand that has a brush like this, which I actually really love this brush, because I don't know, I use this brush for everything. Like it's nice and light enough that I could do some blush. It's nice and light enough that I can like put powder on. It's nice enough that I can like go in with a contour and blend it. It's nice enough that I can even put foundation on with this brush. Like I could really get in and like blend foundation, especially if I'm doing like a lighter coverage, which is what I do a lot of the time. I think I have about 2 or 3 of these, and it's like one of my favorite brushes. So if you use these brushes before, let me know your thoughts. What brands have you been using in brushes? Are you like not pleased right now? I feel like brands have been focusing more on like product. I know some have been coming out with more tools and stuff, but let me know what you guys think about this, how you feel about using natural versus synthetic brushes. If you only use vegan, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one.